So what's good, everybody? I'm here with the Hoops and Headspace after hours. We're gonna talk about, our local athletes, kind of what we got going on in the area, and highlight an alumni from the area. Like I said, my plan is for this to be more of a live concept where we all communicate together. So hopefully that's what it grows into. So tonight we're gonna get into the powerlifting championships. Of course, the athletes we need to watch, our athlete of the week, and then the camp of the week, and the alumni spotlight. But before we get started, like I said, I just want to reiterate, I want this to end up being somewhere where we all get together on the live at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I would like for y'all to, drop comments and tag athletes that been putting in that work so they could be highlighted. Like I said, us highlight the athletes together. But first off, we're gonna start off with the powerlifting spotlight. So we just had the 2026 powerlifting championships in Mississippi, and Tippah County definitely showed up and showed out. Like, we had several talented athletes that did what they needed to do. Like I said, just to discuss the powerlifting championships. If you see the image on your screen, or if you go to our Facebook page and you do see this image, you can also see the post that highlights these athletes as well. Like I said, man, Tippah County showed up and showed out, man. We want to shout out Anthony Morgan from Faulkner in the 220 class. I want to shout out Sean Wilbanks from Faulkner, 242 class. Then for Ashland, we have Kylan Graham. We want to shout him out in the 308 class. And then we had Jalen Bowen from Ashland, who also competed. Then also, don't forget, we got some strong ladies from Tippah County as well. So we also wanted to shine a highlight on some of the girls that participated in the powerlifting championships. Neil Freeman from Ripley in the 181 class. And then you have Aaliyah Story of Ripley from the 242 class. So like I said, man, this ain't just about lifting weights. And it's just not about highlighting them as just as strong athletes, right? I would like to highlight them because they were disciplined, they showed mental toughness, and they showed consistency, and them getting all the way to that championship shows a lot more than them being just strong lifters. So I really wanted to emphasize that. And if you support these athletes, man, drop one of these, you know what I'm saying? Put them in the chat, in the comments, all that good stuff for those powerlifters that represent Tippah County very well. Now we're going to transition on to the athletes to watch. These are some of the athletes that you need to be watching. First up, we have Emma Edwards, Ripley Senior, softball player. She's number 23. She is a catcher and a third baseman. She's a strong leader, a strong competitor, and someone you want to play when it matters most. So y'all need to be looking out for her. So most definitely. And then next up, we have Nolan Ashley. He's from Faulkner. Nolan, he is a three-sport athlete. I love a good multifaceted athlete. He plays baseball, basketball, and he plays football. He's a quarterback, guard. He does it all. But currently we're highlighting him in that baseball aspect. But like I said, I love a multifaceted athlete and that kind of versatility that's rare. And a lot of times when you have that multifaceted athlete, they normally dominate most of the sports they're in. So he's doing very well in the baseball realm right now. Now, this young man, this is an athlete you need to watch. Multifaceted, does several sports and he does them well. He dominates them. We mentioned him earlier. He participated in the 2026 Powerlifting Championship. Anthony Morgan. Like I said, he is not just a lifter. He is somebody that is making noise across just athletics in general. And now, like I said, we're doing athlete of the week. I would prefer that people put in on that and chime in, and we kind of decide that together. But I feel like right now, at this moment, this one right here is not up for debate as far as Tippah County because Anthony Morgan is the athlete of the week this week. He went up there and he placed in the powerlifting championship. So he didn't only go up there and participate, he actually played. So, and like I said, he's one of those strong, multifaceted athletes that you need to look out for. So he is going to be our athlete of the week. But again, outside of just him being a strong, multifaceted athlete, like I said, what stands out the most, that mental discipline. He's always been mentally disciplined. That ability to perform under pressure, and the fact that he is representing his community in the right way. So that on top of his athletic ability makes him the athlete of the week. So I just want you to know, man. Hey, Fat, we see you. Keep working, man, and make sure y'all show him some love all through the comments and all that good stuff. And when you see him, give him some love. And then another thing that I wanted to highlight for this week, I wanted to highlight the camp of the week. I highlighted several camps, and I'll be reminding y'all of them camps as they come about and all that good stuff. But I wanted to show y'all this camp that we're gonna have in Pontotoc. So Tip and them gonna have a camp up there in Pontotoc. It's a kids camp, camp for young boys. It's for currently kids that are in kindergarten through grade 6. It's April 20th through the April 22nd. Um, and that's a Monday through a Wednesday. The camp time is from 3:30 to 5:30. It's $50 for the camp. All the training is led by Pontotoc basketball coaches and players, and concessions will be available for purchase. I think this is a really good camp to get your boys into, and give them an opportunity to be around some young men who are in a great basketball culture under some great leadership, and also get some isms from that great leader, which is Tip. So, if you have some young boys, K through 6, they will benefit from this camp. Make sure y'all get them there. Like I said, April 20th through April 22nd, 3:30 to 5:30, Pontotoc, Mississippi, and it's $50. So that's the camp, um, that we got there. So, Um, now we're gonna do our alumni spotlight, right? So this person right here, the whole county should be proud of her for her continued accomplishments on the floor and off the floor. Alumni spotlight is Deja Rogan from Ripley, Mississippi. She went from Ripley High School to Jackson State. Of course, she was a SWAC Player of the Year when she was there. And again, she is now playing professionally overseas. So again, she's not only the alumni spotlight athlete for her athletic abilities, she is that because she is the definition of what it looked like when talent meets work ethic. So if you young athletes don't get nothing else from that, get that. And she may be from a small town, but she has definitely had a big impact. So that is our alumni spotlight of the week there. And yeah, man, like I said, and that's what Hoops and Headspace is about, showing love and like I said, highlighting beyond the highlights, highlighting the mindset behind the grind. So I wanted to highlight their athletic ability, but also highlight their work ethic. Uh, but man, like I said, if you rocking with this, bro, if you rocking with this, make sure you follow the page, make sure you share the live, make sure you tag athletes that deserve to be featured. Make sure you tag the ones that I mentioned, so they can see this. But yeah, man, like I said, I want this to become a community thing where we all on this together. But until then, that is what it is. We got what we got. I'm Jada Rich, and this is Hoops and Headspace, the after hours. You know what I'm saying? We up out of here. So I appreciate y'all, man. See you next time.